There I was. I was talking to a really good friend of mine recently who expressed that, hey, Kevin, I can't turn my mind off, man. It's very challenging. And you know what? That's not uncommon because here's the truth. That's not just one man's problem. That's a pattern that I see socially. You too may have either experienced it or know someone who's maybe going through that. Here's what it actually looks like across the people that I've talked to. The executive who has the title, but who wakes up every morning at 3 a.m. because of the stress that he's under for no reason. Or the Christian believer who prays, but still operates from fear. Or maybe the overachiever who's exhausted, not from overwork, but for performing a version of themselves that was never real. Or maybe the person reading their Bible every morning and still living a defeated life by 12 noon. You see, these are not the same problem, but they're dressed differently. These are 4 distinct fractures, and they all trace back to one root: spiritual dislocation. When identity isn't anchored in who God says you are as a new creation, an heir of God and a joint heir with Christ, and so much more. You see, the mind wants to default back to the old defeated loop of the old man nature, and especially when the pressure hits. James 8 addresses it clearly. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, not some of his ways. But that's not necessarily weakness. That's an internal spiritual structure failure and spiritual. Because the foundation was never set correctly. Isaiah 26:3 says God will not just not manage your anxiety. He says he will keep you in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee because he trusteth in thee. Wow. I think most people will be happy with peace, right? But it says perfect peace, doubling intensity for the mind who stayed on him. And the word stayed means to lean your full weight on. Not a visit, a permanent lean. I'm Coach K, 30 years managing complicated business systems in New York City, Atlanta, Georgia, and Washington, D.C. healthcare and government, and even corporate. I know broken operating systems with too many workarounds. And I also know this: you cannot fix a spiritual problem with only a clinical tool. 30 years of biblical research has taught me that. Scripture is not decoration. It's godly engineering at its finest. And if that's the level of precision that you're looking for, follow.